Hello, I'm going to be showing you a leopard cage setup to help you set up your leopard gecko cage, and I'm going to give you some tips for leopard gecko care. Don't completely trust these tips because this is my first gecko and I don't know much about gecko care, so this is just from what I've gotten from websites and stuff. So basically what I got here is a 10-gallon aquarium with a lamp, 100-watt light bulb. I don't know if you can see that there in the reflection. It's a blue daytime light bulb. For his substrate, I don't trust any loose substrate, so I use paper towels. I lay about 8 layers of those down. The reason I don't trust substrate, like loose substrates, as the gecko is because I've heard it from both sides, but I heard that that it can cause impaction and kill your gecko. Well, can and will. And I've heard that you can use calcium sand and it's digestible and they won't get impaction, but I don't want to take the risk, so I just use paper towels. Paper towels aren't as good. I mean, they're not as absorbent, and they don't absorb bacteria as well, but serves the purpose. For his food bowl, I'm just going to show you a couple, like 3 things that I use that I made myself because I'm a cheapo and I don't want to buy him stuff because it costs money. There he goes. Poke his little head out now. He's exploring. Just checking me out. He's got his food bowl is basically just like a garlic salt lid, just cleaned out, like soaked and cleaned out, and it's good. It's pretty good food bowl. His water dish, it's a fairly big water dish. It's a country crock butter bowl thing. I washed it out, cut it down a bit, and filled it with water. It's a fairly big water dish, so when he's shedding, he can just walk around in there and loosen up the shedded skin on his toes and everything, so he doesn't bite his fingernails off. Which is a silly gecko. Right here, it's just a Folgers coffee can, and I just put this in yesterday, so he hasn't checked it out yet. But I soaked it in soapy warm water for about an hour or 2 yesterday to get the coffee smell out. But now it just smells like soap, and he didn't want to go in there, so he hasn't checked it out yet. He's probably gonna go in there once the soapy smell went away. I put that in there as a replacement for this because he outgrew it. It was just a cup I cut in half and cut a little arch in. It was pretty cool. I took this out recently. I made it myself. It was supposed to be a moist hide, but it didn't retain moisture very well, and he never went in it, so I just took it out and replaced it with this little fake plant here I got a couple days ago at Petco for like 25 cents. So, I've also got another hide for him. I bought this hide. It's a log hide. See, I might buy a bigger one. I might not. He seems to like it right now, so I might just stick with it. Oh yeah, I was meant to say this about mealworms, like feeding in the calcium dish. You don't really need a calcium dish in the cage. It just takes up space. What you could do to keep it more balanced is you can just take some mealworms, put them in a container like this, or like this. You shake them up with a little spoon right here, and then just put them in this food bowl. It gets fed. It gets a balanced amount of calcium, and you save space. So that works out pretty well. See, as you can see, I have a bunch of like fake plants and stuff set up to make the cage more vibrant and pretty, you know. Yeah, everyone wants a good-looking gecko cage. I mean, I bet he likes this place nice and pretty too. So that's about it. Let me see if I can think of any other tips. But oh yeah, reptile moss. This reptile moss, it only keeps soaked for like 2 hours. If I could go back and unbuy it, I would, because it wasn't really worth the like $5 or $6 that I paid for it. I mean, you know, I could use that $5 or $6 to buy the blue tongue skink I'm gonna buy in March, but I was dumb at the time, so you're gonna want to keep a moist mister bottle if you're gonna have a like reptile moss or a moist hide or something. I currently do not have a moist hide right now because he doesn't go in it if it's moist. He likes dry hides better because he's a silly gecko. Well, let me see if I can lift up his log so I can show you what he looks like. Hold on. It's okay, boy. It's okay, boy. Come on, boy. There he is. He's got some bright colors on him. He's got some bright colors on him. He's not very head shy, surprisingly. He used to be head shy, but he's not anymore. Yeah, he's starting to move around a bit, but you can see he's got bright, vibrant colors. He's nice and chubby. As you can tell, his tail is really big, indicating a healthy gecko. If your gecko has a really big tail, it means he's healthy and he gets a lot of food. So they store extra fat in there, and you know, that just means they're getting fed more, or like enough, or more than enough. So as you can see, I'm feeding my gecko enough, and his calcium makes his bones nice and strong. You can see that his tail, he's got like a little bit of carrot tail on him. I don't know if you can see that. See a little spot of orange right there. Shows him some carrot tail. Yeah, he's just a little adorable gecko. Yes, you are. Arm your nips. Hey. Easy boy. Easy boy. So, that's about it for this video. Could give you some tips on his shedding, on like when your gecko sheds his skin. You're gonna want to keep a moist area for him to be in, and you're gonna want to have something he can like rub up against so he can get his shedded skin off. Watch out for the cord. And then you know, it's pretty awesome to watch him shed. It looks awesome. Some people say it's gross, but it looks cool. About the cage, you're gonna want a warm side, which I got right here, and a cool side right here. For the warm and cool side, you're gonna want to have 2 temperature readings, which I have right there and right there. The temperature for the warm side is currently about 80 to 82 degrees or more, which is about the temperature gecko aquarium should be. Yeah, he's out and about now. I haven't fed him lately because I fed him a pinky yesterday, so I didn't feel like he needed to eat anything lately. Right here, his warm side's about 71. It should be between about 71 to 75 degrees. Well, about 70 to 75, so I'm just right on the borderline there. It'd be a lot easier to keep track of this if I had a heat pad or something. I mean, because you're supposed to give them 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of night, so you know, 12 hours with the light on, 12 hours with it off, but I don't have a heat pad, so I couldn't do that. So, well, that's about it for this video. We got a gecko. He's awesome. He's a pimp. Let's see, is there anything else? Well, that's about it. Get him. He's a pretty boy. His name's Francisco. Got him a couple months ago at a reptile show. It's pretty awesome. Sister got a leopard gecko too, but I'm not going to show that one right now. Well, that's about it for this video. Okay, get the camera angle to stay on him for a bit. that's it for this video. Watch it, leave comments. If you have any tips for me, leave some comments. I could use whatever help I can get. Thank you.